Well, we sit here and we talk about food all the time. We love food. I think the audience knows it. I particularly want to know. Man, I'm hungry, but I want to know. Listen, my mouth watering. Y'all already know I got a fat tongue. I can't. The lips and a.
Clearly.
Oh man. Oh my goodness. I can't eat something right now. Anyway, I was wondering. We talk about
Oh
food a
my
lot, but we never talk about
god.
what we enjoy cooking or what was the first thing that we ever cook or got us into cooking.
What got me into cooking?
Yeah. What introduced or what were you introduced to cooking wise? What was the first thing that you
Everything.
whipped up? Oh, okay. Chef Boyard, Chef Boyardee.
It
Come on
is. You know what it
now.
is.
Come on now.
As
She a
far
whole.
as I'm a whole what?
We understand you a chef. We already know. Okay, we get that. All right.
I can cook. Cook can I?
Humble brag.
Oh, I'm sorry. What am I doing? So
Yes.
what inspired me to cook? Or are we not going that deep? Are we just saying what's the first dish I
Oh,
learned
we
how to
can.
cook?
Shoot, we can go that deep. What inspires the great lady G? That ooh, inquiring minds want to know.
Like the origin story of cooking?
Wait a minute, are you a superhero in the cooking? What is going on in your world?
I'm
You
trying to
have
figure out exactly what's happening. I'm trying to answer appropriately to your particular
okay.
question. Stuff
So
from succotash.
what inspired? Let's do it like this. What inspired you to start cooking, and what was the first thing that you cooked? We can do it like that because I feel like we can get.
So what inspired me to first start cooking is hunger, and we don't like starving. So typically, when your parents are at work and you have to basically
Love that
cook
life.
or
Latchkey kids,
hey,
baby.
but oh man, let's say it was like a weekend or something. They both at work or whatever the heck. You gotta know what you're doing. I want to say like just watching my mom and family down. My dad cooked too, so everybody cooked.
Yeah.
Watching them, I mean, for us, it's like I don't even want to say like it's a gathering, but it's something that you take pride in. The food. I know we ain't getting deep, but feeding people, it's great. So
Oh
I
yeah.
would say that's my biggest inspiration. It's not
No,
even like feeding people because
yeah.
oh I know I could throw down. Like nah, it's just being in that zone of like I'm just preparing this in order for people to enjoy. Watching a lot too, because I do love freaking cooking shows down since Yen Can Cook, freaking Julia. Oh my god, like even since I was a kid, I would love watching food shows. And like back when Food Network first came out, bruh. Oh, I was hooked. But yeah, I still to this day I will watch everything.
Food shows are fun.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Everything from public access joints, the ones that
I
were
used to spend a lot of time on PBS.
available before Food Network, and
Yeah.
Food Network was like, with our powers combined, we just gonna bring all these food shows on one network. And yeah, that happened. Like even when I was a kid, I used to read cookbooks. Like yeah, to this day I still collect. For me, it's just like learning. It's food is science. So not the nerdy side of me. I just like learning different techniques, how to do things, and how it doesn't have to be complicated or complex. Like the concept of cooking itself, it's very basic. You're basically doing this for sustenance, but it can be
Yeah.
elevated. It can be simple. It can be a lot of different things, but it just depends on, the mood and the vibe and everything. This is food. It's just like, ma'am, why are you talking about food in this fashion? I don't know. But
Food is like people don't really understand. It's kind of like music. Once you find that particular thing that you like, you just kind of vibe with it. Making food, it's one of those things. It's just this feels great. You get into that whole mindset and that zone, and you just cooking, and you like, man, I didn't even realize it's been about 3 hours. I don't even know what to do with myself. Cooking is fantastic. I really, really love cooking. I guess what inspired me was watching my parents, like you. I really didn't get into the cooking shows as a kid. I'm more into them now. I enjoy just I'll be on Instagram and I'll just see how people make certain things and I immediately save it because like man, I'm gonna try that one day.
in 3 slides, I can do that too. Yeah.
No, I do not say that. I do not say that to myself.
TikTok meals,
I will
you
try.
prepare TikTok
I
recipes? Is that
don't
what we're
be
getting
on
to?
TikTok like
Oh
that.
boy.
Stop telling people
Yeah,
that.
you do.
My parents and my grandmother, both of them, I used to think for a long time that my mother's mom couldn't cook, and then we stayed over at her house for a week and she cooked. Oh my goodness, this is fantastic.
You thought.
She don't be cooking, y'all. It's nothing against her. She just don't be cooking for people. But yeah, watching them cook and then being at the crib helping my mom do peach cobbler for big family events and helping my dad on the grill and make macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Getting into it made me feel good. So that was my inspiration to learn and just do better on my own to cook what they cook and then some. What was the first thing that you actually put together, like all by yourself?
First thing I put together.
Wait, do you remember how old you were?
Child, I was on the stove young and I'm tall, so we was in there.
Oh my goodness.
I was like 3 years old flipping pancakes. Better get out of here.
This this
I was.
this woman here.
Look, if you hungry and everybody sleep, you need to learn how to cook something
I
safely
I
and know what you're
I
doing. So I
completely
didn't
believe
mess
it.
around. You trying to burn something with somebody sleeping? Ho ho.
Girl,
Yeah, right. You gonna learn real quick.
who are you telling? You don't want nobody waking up to the alarm?
Or that smell. Please, the alarm. Please. My mom's nose? Yeah, right. You don't even smell it burning. You standing right in front of the
Like
stove.
crap, crap,
What's
crap, crap,
burning? Oh,
crap.
what?
Oh, I hated that. Like you can't even smell nothing. I didn't even do anything yet. Damn the
Exactly.
dang
All the
on
doors
stove
closed and
on.
locked. Like, what is happening? Like, I opened the windows and everything. Ah! Yes, kitchen nightmares in real life. What do you mean? Like, the first thing I ever cooked?
Yeah, what was the first thing that you prepared for either yourself or for your family?
I mean, we literally learn young. Like, I would say the first thing I learned how to cook was rice.
Okay.
That's just basically to help people out. Like, in my culture, we
Yeah.
eat a lot of rice. I'm Sierra Leonean, if you didn't know by now. But
We only did a few
yeah.
episodes on that.
Hey, I don't need to know my business, so there's that. If you caught it, you caught it. You don't, you don't. If you know, you know. Typically, rice is a staple. That's like the base that goes with a lot of soup, stews,
Man, I
and
want to try that food so bad.
yeah. I mean, to this day, people still don't know how to cook rice. Like, I can go to a restaurant, but you know what? I'm probably not gonna order rice because people don't know how to cook rice
Yeah.
in mass. It'd be mushy. It basically resembles like mashed potatoes, which are fire. But I mean, I didn't order mashed potatoes, so yeah. Like I like my rice not even al dente, but it has to be firm, smushy.
Like smushy and
Please don't present me with that
watery
type of
and
rice.
yeah.
And you gotta learn the process too, like actually washing your rice and doing that before you put it in the rice cooker, or if you actually know how to boil rice in a pot without having it like stick to the bottom of the pan.
Somebody
That's
scraping the
another
rice
thing
off the
too.
bottom of their pan right now. I'm like, what she say?
They doing that right now. They're like, oh,
How
she
did
caught
she
me.
know?
Yeah, we see you. My God, I wasted a lot of rice. Yeah, you did. You sure did. And like even parties and stuff when we was kids, Jello rice. But yeah, I would say rice. Rice is pretty much like the staple. That's like the number one food. Like you know how to cook rice, you're not gonna go
Yeah,
hungry.
that's what's up.
It's so versatile. You can do a lot with rice. And like I would say my second, eggs.
Yep.
I love eggs. Like as far as
Yes,
like
ma'am.
fried omelets, egg sandwiches, bacon, egg, and cheese is like turkey bacon, egg, and cheese, or beef bacon, egg, and cheese specifically.
Eggs are delicious. I feel so bad for people who don't like it.
They're just fire. They're so good. That's another versatile food that it's like you can prepare it in so many
Mm-hmm.
different ways. Like just getting to know what ways that you like it prepared best. You would be
Yeah,
set.
that was mine. My first thing, cause we cook.
Oh, I'm sorry. I stole your answer.
No, you fine. I figured eggs would be in it. I think pretty much every kid learns how to cook eggs at a
Oh
very
yeah,
young age.
from boiling them, frying
Yeah.
them. Yeah, you got to learn.
It was eggs and cream of wheat.
Okay, that's fair.
Like those were the two things that my parents like. A, we need you to cook because everybody can pop some biscuits in the
Yeah.
oven or something like that. But throw some bacon on the skillet. But hey, need you to cook the eggs, scramble the eggs, do whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. And believe me,
Oh, we're going into that zone. I didn't even think of that either. That's a whole nother box I just opened in my head.
Wait, what you want?
Because you said cream of wheat. Like we do that stuff too, like porridges and all the rest of that. So my head, I'm thinking pop and
Man, I want porridge.
Gary. That's like African cereal. It's so good. It's delicious. Anyway.
Is it the same consistency as?
Yes, it's delicious.
I mean, I would love to see. I gotta try some food. But yeah, believe me, the first couple of rounds of eggs was I sucked at it. I'm not even gonna
Burn them.
that bottom of that pan.
No oil in the pan. He's like, yeah, I got this. It's non-stick.
Listen,
No, I don't.
the bottom of that skillet had more eggs in it
Oh my
than everybody
god.
else's plate. All right, well, you're like you made 7 eggs. Everybody's only able to get the half of one. Well, what had happened was,
What?
shoot, I made 7. There were 2 left. I had to learn some way or another, but that was my first thing: eggs and cream of wheat. And cream of wheat, people, it's not hard to make, but a lot of people don't get it right.
Nah.
A lot of people don't get it
Yeah.
right, and I'm not.
A lot of people don't get grits right either. That's a whole nother thing.
Oh my goodness!
Like just cooking the basic grits. We're not. No. We're not getting into the whole debate of sweet and savory because I'll have both. I don't care.
Yeah, I never had savory.
As far as
Yeah,
the preparation of grits, of how people don't know how to do that, shrimp gravy and some grits, that'll get you right. Fish and grits in your case, yeah.
shoot, oatmeal. A lot of people don't know how to do oatmeal.
A lot of people don't know how to cook oatmeal too, so yeah, you're right. Gritty grits.
I'll be sitting there like, first of all,
Gritty grits.
this is gross. Like those things are very simple. Oatmeal, freaking cream of wheat, grits. Those, I guess, because we've been cooking it for so long, it just,
Those are good starters.
yeah. But tasting oatmeal from other people and you just like, yeah, ooh,
I'm sorry. I'll
No,
be
no, no, no,
judgy
no,
as
no,
hell.
no.
I'll look at your food and be like, nah,
Yeah,
that ain't for me.
mm.
That's not for me. Like, there's a couple of things that I'll let slide just because it's just me liking it. Like mac and cheese, it's pasta and cheese. I'm gonna at least taste it, but and pizza probably. But like
Yeah.
other stuff,
I don't know what it is. We gotta taste the mac
you
and
have
cheese.
to.
It don't matter how bad it
You
is.
got to.
What is it? Why do we do
Cheese
that
and
to ourselves?
pasta.
Like,
It's
man,
cheese
I
and
know this gonna be
pasta. What you
bad,
mean? You
but
have to. Let me just give you a little taste.
I know this is gonna be bad.
Look, put some on my fork. Okay. Like what?
Shoot. Then you go into the kitchen and season it up yourself. My goodness, why did I eat that daggone macaroni and cheese?
For the younger chefs out here who shouldn't be listening to this, but those who are learning how to cook and trying to get their chef on, what would be your number one piece of advice
Uh,
that you may or may not have applied as a child?
Listening.
Okay. In what sense?
Listen, if you see somebody, like we both discussed, we've seen our parents cook
Mm,
multiple times. If you see them cooking and you do something, or they tell you, hey, go ahead and do this by yourself. Or
yeah.
they call you and say, hey, go ahead and prepare this by yourself. If you do
Take
that
the meat out the freezer.
and then mess up everything, yeah, you mess up everything, and then they come home and they tell you, well, you need to do this, that, and the other. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Okay.
don't think that you two, even if you have done it a couple of times,
Yeah, nah.
you can still mess it up.
This
Listen.
is true.
Always be willing to listen, hear, and apply those things to the future. Yeah, that's my number one. What about for you? So, what would you tell these young bucks out here?
I would say watch your temps and the heat.
Oh, man.
Specifically
Yes.
the stove. It depends on what equipment you're working with, obviously. You may have access to electric, induction, flat top, regular coil, gas, all the rest of that stuff.
Don't be hoeing people
You have to
sometimes.
learn your stove. Even when you're first learning how to cook, I would say if the recipe calls for high, don't even put it on high. Unless you're trying to boil something, like obviously if it's water, yeah, you want it on high. But if it's something
Mm,
like you sauteing and you really need it to like both sides real quick, do medium high. Because in case you scared of
yeah,
getting popped by grease. At this point, you got cooker's arms, you don't care. But when you first learning, don't put the heat up too high because you will scorch
yeah, at all.
your food quickly. That goes for like sauces, when you melting butters, all the rest of this stuff. Because yeah,
Hmm.
you will turn butter into brown butter quick fast.
It don't cook as evenly as you think it will.
Nah.
Yeah, man, that's and like G said, everybody's equipment is different. I mean, you can have a whole oven that cook the outside faster than the middle, and vice versa, and that can ruin everything. So yeah, please pay attention to your temps. So, what is it that you enjoy cooking the most? What's that one thing that you always like? Man, I'm gonna go ahead and cook that. Almost to where it's like your favorite food.
I don't even have that. I just like cooking. Like today I made freaking batch meatballs. So like stuff like that, I'll just do that and I'll put that in the
Okay.
freezer for whenever I want to make like spaghetti meatballs. Or if my mom's making stew, she'll use the meatballs. Like it just for me, I like prepping a lot
Yeah.
of stuff and then freezing it. Whether it's veggies, fruits, washing them, putting them away, meats, washing them, putting whatever the hell kind of marinade I know that I want,
Hmm.
freezing them. So when it's time to cook, all I gotta do is, oh, you know what? I want some wings. I'm gonna just go grab the wings that are already brined, take them out the deep freezer, thaw them, and get busy.
Yeah.
So like, I like saving my time. Not that I don't enjoy the process of cooking, I do, but I just like to be very
Efficient.
efficient.
Yeah. Yep. Makes a lot of sense.
So what I'll say, my favorite thing to cook? Oh my god, I don't know. I like cooking a lot of stuff. This is hard.
We gave Lady G a conundrum.
Nah, cause I like cooking big meals down to like stuff for like, couple of people. But like, man, huh. This is hard.
Would you like me to go, madam?
Yeah, you can go first after you.
Okay. Mine, I mean, I kind of got two. So I'll explain my first one. My first one is my favorite meal that my mom made for me whenever my birthday came up. She would make it for me. And I enjoy making it now. It's a rump roast beef, people. Beef.
Okay.
It's rump
Duh,
roast.
rump roast is beef. Why would we think otherwise? Come on now.
Some girl.
We ain't even
Yeah,
acknowledging that
hey.
other meat. No. They don't even call it rump roast. They call it pork butt.
Some of that but
Oh, don't even sound appetizing.
excuse me, sir. Please stop thinking at me like that. But yeah, season that up, put it in the oven for 45 minutes. Then she'll do sweet potatoes, chop them boys up. She'll do rolls, and she'll do either string beans or greens or something like that. And that meal is one of my favorite
That
meals
sounds fire.
ever. It is. That's literally my favorite meal to eat and cook.
Man, I don't even know if I could pinpoint it down to favorite meals. That is so hard for me. There's so much. Like I have it coming from all sides. Man, I can't even. My favorite meal?
Favorite meal. Everybody got a favorite meal.
Man.
Everybody has a favorite meal. You gotta have a favorite meal.
Oh, I don't because I like eating a lot of different stuff, man. Like I have favorite foods,
I mean, I do
but
too.
like a favorite meal that I'm just like, it's so hard. I know it sounds so stupid. Like, what the hell is wrong with this girl? She can't pick a favorite meal. What's wrong with her? She's so spoiled. No, not really. But I'm just like, there's a lot.
Like for me, that's my favorite meal. My favorite thing to cook is literally chicken Alfredo from scratch.
This is hard.
That's my favorite thing to cook. There's nothing more satisfying than crushing some garlic, mixing it all together with some heavy whipping cream and the cheeses and the parsley. Oh, I'm done mouthwatering.
Okay, that's not a bad one. I just like cooking. I'm not gonna say I got a favorite dish to prepare. Favorite meal? I don't. We might have to skip me for this because I'm just like, there's too many to name. Like, I'll say my favorite ceiling onion dish is bench, which is basically like a stew made of black eyed peas, has chicken, fish, or whatever you want to put in it, basically, and then you eat it with rice. Five. That's a pomelo based soup. I feel like I have to put stuff into sections. It's so annoying of me, but I mean, like, put it like this. Like I'm a pasta person. Obviously love Italian food. I
She
love
turned into
Mexican
Adam
food.
Sandler for a little bit, y'all.
This is annoying. I can't. I cannot decide. Food is my favorite dish.
I mean, hey, if it's food, it's food. I can't even say I'm upset with you. if you just like food,
I
you just
do.
like
I
food.
do. Like if it has to be a plate, like there's so many things and combinations. Like mac and cheese, that's man, that's a staple.
I enjoy making mac and cheese, especially girl. You know how many people don't
I do.
understand that of making a roux before you make your mac and cheese? Like a lot of people, I didn't realize how many people just be like pasta, cheese.
You mean a bechamel sauce? Because you clearly
What?
don't know what you're talking about either.
Making
You making
macaroni.
soup or macaroni?
You don't make a sauce for your cheese?
So you mean a bechamel sauce?
Fine. A bechamel.
Trust me, I do this.
But yeah, I love making mac and cheese. It's very relaxing, actually. Cooking it was relaxing. And grilling.
No, I like the process. Even to some people, it's like tedious. I like all sorts of cooking. I'm down for it.
Just a fun activity. Cooking, grilling. And I know a lot of people don't be grilling like that. But yeah, cooking and grilling just
We don't be grilling like that.
really
What kind
relaxing.
of lies are you
Some
spreading?
people don't be grilling like that. Some people don't be grilling
Lies
like
are you
that.
spreading?
Some people don't be out there in that 20-degree weather flipping them burger patties. Some people don't. They're not built like that.
I know I damn sure don't. I basically only grill in the spring and the summer. Sorry. I don't do winter grilling.
Well, wait a minute. You don't grill in the fall?
No, because it's cold.
That's the best time to grill.
No, it's not.
You grill. You watch a football game.
No.
It's like
I can grill in the house in the fall and the
what?
winter. I'm good for that.
Oh my goodness. I guess. I guess. Pull out that George Foreman.
Not a George Foreman, but nice try.
If y'all got any recipes or anything that y'all want us to try, please let us know.
He'll try them
I
first.
would no pork. Don't send me no pork recipe.
That shouldn't
I
even
don't
be
do pork.
told. Like now that you mention it,
I
that's
don't.
literally all you're gonna get. So there's that.
I don't. Every recipe is like, nigga, I can't make this. Who's gonna eat this? I'm not gonna eat it. I feel like if I didn't say anything, people would still do it anyway. Like, oh man, I got this amazing pork butt recipe for. No, I don't. I don't want.
Yeah, can we
No,
stop talking about pork? Thanks.
no.
If you do have a recipe. Or actually no, we want to learn what you cooked first. What was your inspiration for cooking, throwing down? Or if you don't like cooking, what's your inspiration not to cook? 'Cause I'm interested in that as well.
I hate it. I,
I mean, it be like that sometimes. People don't enjoy
that
everything.
yeah, I understand.
Follow us on the social medias, Instagrams, Twitters. Visit us at verbalvibemode.com, and we will talk to you next week.
Mad love, yo.